Hey guys, welcome to this podcast, which I'm going to call the coverly titled podcast. And as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about the future of Call of Duty. And hopefully, I make this a good kind of series where I speculate the future of a specific video game series. I want to do Mass Effect soon because I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect, and I'm playing the trilogy right now. And we have a lot to talk about with Andromeda and where that's going to go. But this video is about Call of Duty. As you can see, Call of Duty is the series that's popular to hate, sometimes for good reason. But we're going to talk about just where the series can go from where it's at right now. And as you can see, I'm playing Overwatch because I just have nothing to do. I don't suggest you watch gameplay. I mean, you can watch my gameplay or whatever, but this is mostly a podcast sort of thing, so you'd be better off just putting this on in the background or something. So I'm not even that good at this game anyways. I just like to play it. But Call of Duty as a series has been going on for a very long time, since 2003, I want to say, with pretty much no break in between any year. Every year they've released some sort of installment of Call of Duty. Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3, and then Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is what I want to say probably what got it into the big mainstream for people to play. And then from there, they started switching off with Treyarch. So it was Infinity Ward and Treyarch who would do Modern Warfare. Infinity Ward would do Modern Warfare, and then Treyarch would do their own sort of thing. As you know, Treyarch does like the Black Ops series, and they just most recently did Black Ops 4, right? Is that what we're on right now? Honestly, I forgot. Do you see this? And then starting Modern Warfare 3, another company called Sledgehammer Games came in and helped with the multiplayer because Infinity Ward was stretched thin because a bunch of people left. And man, if you guys remember that whole thing was a shit show. That was fun. But each year, at least in the most recent years, so when the series started out, it was a lot easier to innovate, right? It was a lot easier to add a new setting because they hadn't done Modern Warfare yet. For the first 3 Call of Duties was World War II settings. And then Modern Warfare came out. Modern Warfare 4 came out. I'm sorry, Modern Warfare came out, whatever. And it was a huge step in the right direction because it got people interested in, like, you know, it was, I wouldn't say it was political, but it had a lot of those influences of, you know, things you were seeing in the media and then in the video game, and you had these cool, like, American heroes and stuff, and, like, on all that stuff. And then it was really cool to see the modern setting as opposed to having years of World War II and a bunch of other World War II games like Battlefield that had come out in 1942, all around that same time. All these games are coming out. And then Modern Warfare, I think what kind of did it was the easy controls, and the multiplayer obviously was huge. And you know, they just remastered that, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But what I really want to know is how much can they innovate now that we've had more than a decade of Call of Duty games. Like, it's crazy to think that for more than a decade, a Call of Duty game has come out every single year, and they sell a lot. And that's one of the reasons, of course, why they keep making Call of Duty games, because Activision knows it makes money. Just like I talked about in my other podcast thing I made a while ago, annual games like Call of Duty. And obviously this is a more specific video about it, because I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting series, because let's look at each Call of Duty game individually. Like, if Black Ops 4 had come out, you know, just as a standalone, there was no other Call of Duties before, or I guess, yeah. It works. Each Call of Duty game works technically as a game. They all work great because, as much as you might hate to admit it, it's kind of copy-pasted, right? It's like Modern Warfare 2, like, yeah, they have each incremental updates to it, essentially, but what you're getting is the same core mechanics of running, gunning, shooting, perk system, and then the kill streaks came out. So what I'm trying to say is, like, what am I talking about? I lost my train of thought. fuck me. Yeah. Oh, right. Each game on its own works. It works well. And as much as I hate to admit it, like each Call of Duty game technically works well. Like they're not horribly broken like a Bethesda game that'll come out every, 20 years or so. They don't have big scrutiny like Mass Effect Andromeda that had a 5-year development cycle, kind of, or maybe it wasn't 5 years, but it was 2012 to when did it come out, 2017. So yeah, so it had that whole time frame for everything to build up, right? But each Call of Duty game doesn't need that because most of the things have been ironed out. There's not a lot of game-breaking things you can talk about in a Call of Duty game because they all work. It always works. The running gunning will always work. It's always a genre someone will want. And like, I get that urge sometimes to like pick up a Call of Duty game. And the last one I bought was World War II because all my friends had it. So I was like, well, I want to play with my friends, right? And I think it comes down to like is the market oversaturated with just Call of Duty games? How many Call of Duty games can you make until someone, even the vast majority of people go, I don't want to buy this game anymore? Like, for World War II, I didn't want to buy it. Oh, that's funny. World War II was in its own right innovative because every other game before that had been a future game or a modern game or something. So they went back to World War II because it was new since World at War, I guess. Which World War II was not made by Infinity Ward or Treyarch, because Sledgehammer Games actually had their first crack at... Oh, no. They made fucking Infinite Warfare, didn't they? Or Advanced Warfare. They made Advanced Warfare. I remember. Do you see this? How many fucking Call of Duty games I gotta keep track of? And I barely do. I guess this would be their second go at a Call of Duty game. And yeah, so... They chose World War II, and it wasn't bad. I mean, like I said, none of the games are bad. They're not broken. They're not... the unlocks... Whoa, keyboard. Okay, great. The unlock system works. The perk system works. The customization gets pretty extensive each year from what I remember. I think in Black Ops 3 they had, like, the crazy DLC pack. Was Snoop Dogg one of the announcers in Black Ops 3? I feel like it was. I feel like he was. Everything works. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to unlock. I mean, you could play an hour a day in that game and unlock 10, 15 things. Because whether that's like weapon modifications or skins? Now I lost track. I don't know. I'm sorry, everyone. Yeah, the last one I bought was World War II. And this year was Treyarch's turn. They made Black Ops 4. Right? Yep. Black Ops 4. And one of the funny things about that is the Battle Royale they announced. So, Battle Royale, also another thing to hate that's popular. Or maybe they hate it because it's popular. Do we consider are Battle Royales bad? No, not per se. They're not bad per se. I mean, maybe they're not your genre, sure, but just like I keep saying, it works. Like Todd Howard, it just works. It works because it's a game mode that has an unpredictable thing. It's easy to make. Drop 100 people into a match, see who comes out on top. Giant ass team deathmatch, 1 life, or free for all deathmatch with 1 life, or team deathmatch or whatever. I don't even know how it works. I didn't even watch any of the gameplay for the Battle Royale. Well, no, I watched some gameplay for the Battle Royale or Blackout. And I heard some stuff about it and like how it wasn't as good as it could be, but how it's actually pretty good because Black Ops 4 is it was made by a AAA studio. It's made by Treyarch. That's a big studio. Like, unlike Fortnite, who had Epic Games, they've had big games, yeah. But Treyarch has that history already of having the Call of Duty series under their belt. They've made these games for... When did they start? 2003? Call of Duty 3? Was that them? I feel like that was them. I don't even know anymore, guys. They have this reputation already of their good. And honestly, I actually like the Treyarch games a little more than the Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer games. I don't know why. I think it's because once they reached Treyarch's turn to make the Call of Duty game, it's like they've had the years of experience, or not experience. They've had 2 years to see what the market wants and what they don't like, or what the consumers don't like in their Call of Duty games. So, like the wall running and the other mechanics that just people don't really want in their games. Oh, excuse me. I think that wall running thing got crazy. I remember that shit. It just, I think, what did Advanced Warfare do that? The wall running, did they start that? The little jetpack system? I cannot even keep track anymore, I swear. Yeah, and so I feel like the Treyarch games tend to have a better chance at doing well, except every single year Activision will come out and say, oh, this Call of Duty game is the best selling Call of Duty game, oh, excuse me again, that we've ever had, and it's the most technologically advanced, and it's at the peak. And because that's not a lie, because each year, no matter what gets updated, whether it's like 2 more polygons or 2 more characters to unlock or another weapon, technically they're right. They're right to say that it's the most technologically advanced game they have just made. Just like Apple, when they do their iPhones. Yeah, technically each year, you know, they're going to make a better phone. Whether it's like, for iPhones, it's like 0.5% screen increase or 0.05% thickness decrease and that, you know, that stuff. You know what I mean? It's not a lie. It's not a lie. It's not. It's true. Whether or not you like it, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, in the case of smartphones, if you picked up an iPhone 6, right, you could use it perfectly fine. Still fast, pretty good battery. Same thing with Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Pick up Black Ops 2, still works. Weapon systems there. Weapons and skins and stuff are all there, right? But you're behind. So whenever they tell you that, you know, it's the most advanced one and the most popular one, that's because it is. Because people buy the new stuff. People buy new iPhones. People buy new Call of Duties. I mean, both popular things to hate. I don't know what you... I don't know if you guys think about that. I don't know if you use an iPhone or Android. I really don't care. Do you, man. You buy the phones you want. It's not my money, but the Battle Royale, the Blackout, they came up for Black Ops 4. The funniest thing I thought was when they announced it and they said, "We know you playing fucking Fortnite and Battle Royales, so we put it in our game." And you know, I respect their honesty. It's really funny. Because, like, yeah, they know their customers. They know the market. They're not dumb. It's all, hey, bottom line is money. Bottom line is how can we get the word out that this Call of Duty game is going to be the best? Add Battle Royale. Because that's what everyone's playing. Not a lie. It's good marketing. It's smart. No, Battle Royale is not for everyone, but a lot of people play it. I heard Blackout was pretty good because of a AAA thing. And I really respect the honesty. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. I'm not going to buy Black Ops 4, probably. If it ever gets really cheap. And that's a funny thing, too. It actually, I think right now, as of my recording, it should be like, I think it's like $30 on sale right now. Even on PC and fucking Amazon or Walmart or something. If you want to buy it, go for it. Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. No ad. Just that just honesty of, like, we know you're playing it. We kind of play it too. Like, here you go. And it's a good thing they didn't half-ass it either. They didn't just make a blank slate gray, you know, box arena. Like, from what I understand, they put like old maps in this huge ass map, and it looks really cool, and the mechanics aren't that bad. So, I mean, that's good. It's good that they can do that sort of thing. But it brings me back to the point of how much can you do before the market and before the customers and consumers and media get tired of it. Like, so review sites, reviewers have to review the game as it is. Like I said before, right? As an individual game, it works. It just works, right? Because it's not. Is it fair to judge the entire series as a whole? I don't know. I mean, I might want to do that one day. Like, let's look at Call of Duty as a series and see how far they've come and how far they've not come and what they've done and drawn back and what's got taken away and things and that like that. But standalone game, each game works perfectly fine. Like I keep saying, and I don't know if there's gonna be a point where they reach, you know, Ultimate Call of Duty Ultimate. It's like Smash. Is it gonna have every single mode ever made in the Call of Duty? Is it gonna be an all-encompassing Call of Duty, which it can't really be because all the different studios make it. But just like Nintendo did with Smash, you know, they put every single character they've ever had into Smash. Called it Smash Ultimate because Sakurai is crazy and I love him. But oh, excuse me, got a burp. There you go. How much can they put in and keep putting in each year from each company to say this is the newest, best, technologically advanced Call of Duty ever made? I don't know. And would it really matter? Because people are going to buy it anyways, right? I mean, bottom line's always money, I guess. Sad, but true. And, I mean, there's always going to be a market for it, right? I said I get urges to play the game, too, sometimes. Just, like, it's a nice, simple game. You can turn on some music and, like, you know, just listen to it. It's not story intensive. I don't know what the hell's even going on with the story. Also, funny thing, Black Ops 4 just is going to release a multiplayer-only version of Black Ops 4. There's no story. It's just going to be Blackout on the multiplayer. And I think that was also the case for Black Ops 3 on PS3. I think it was no story. There was something like that. Please, if I'm wrong or if I'm on the right track, someone tell me. But, yeah, because people know, because they know what people want. No, people don't want to know the story of Call of Duty. Like, it was cool in Modern Warfare because it was new. And then there was Black Ops, which actually, Black Ops was really cool. But then Black Ops 1 and 2 was cool. 2 had, like, the choices or, like, the branching storyline where if you didn't do something or did do something, the story would change, which was pretty cool. Black Ops 3, I don't know what the hell happened in that story. Something about the forest shit, man, and the AIs, and my God, I don't even know what the fuck happened in that one. Trust me, I played that shit, and I don't know anymore. I don't know what's going on Black Ops 4. Dude from Game of Thrones was in Infinite Warfare, right? Yeah. I didn't play that either, but I'm sure he had a fun time. I'm sure it was kind of cool. I think Infinite Warfare was also a big one that people really didn't like because it was just so hashed in, I guess. And so one of the mechanics I want to talk about in Black Ops 4 is the self-healing, right? There's no auto-healing. Again, if there is, I apologize. I'm not entirely sure because I didn't buy the game. Because I'm poor and I can't afford to buy every new game that comes out. But let's pretend it doesn't have self-healing because I kind of feel like it doesn't. You got to heal yourself, right? That's another thing that is now, at least along the Call of Duty series line, considered, you know, innovative. I guess it's not innovative. It's new to the Call of Duty series, at least. Obviously, that's not a new thing in, you know, video games as a whole, right? But for Call of Duty, like I just said, it's new because it's never been done before. None of the companies had ever done that. None of the studios had ever done that yet. They didn't. You know, every game has been self-healing except for maybe the first 2 Call of Duties, maybe. But even then, I think they had auto-healing or auto-regen too. Yeah, it was just. I mean, how more can you put in? And I have this my nice piece of printer paper here I wrote down notes on. Is it going to be never ending? Will Call of Duty ever end? Will they ever take a break? I talked about that in my annual games good or bad podcast thing I did too. If you take a break, I feel like the market would be more hyped for the next one but also a year, I guess, is a long time for some people. As you get older, a year feels like nothing now. I'm fucking old, you know. But I talked about how Assassin's Creed did a break from Assassin's Creed Syndicate, took a break for a year, and then went to Assassin's Creed Origins, which did really well. I bought it. I played about 30 minutes of it, and I should probably finish it. But I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, really, really good. I would like to say that it is probably my second favorite one next to Assassin's Creed 2. Just because like it was legitimately a new and innovative thing. Like in Odyssey, they had the fucking voices. Yep, you could choose your dialogue. There you go. I can think. I'm smart. I majored in English. Everybody, I got an English degree. You could choose a dialogue, and then it would affect story missions, blah, 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 blah. Now, in the end, you probably end up relatively the same spot. I know there's a couple of things that can and cannot happen depending on choices you make in Odyssey, but yeah, more or less, it's a little bit of the semi-falsified, like, story missions, like, depending on what you choose, like, you might end up a little different, but in the end, it's kind of the same thing. But either way, still really good. Assassin's Creed took a break. Will Call of Duty ever take a break? I don't know. I don't think they need to, because there's 3 studios working on a new Call of Duty each year. I feel like they don't need to take a break. Like, there wouldn't be really any point, because they could just keep pumping out Call of Duties, and everyone would keep buying it. Yeah, it's really up to the popularity of the game, and Call of Duty. Obviously super hella popular, right? They can sell merchandise, they can sell the games themselves. Obviously, big esports following. It's not gonna go anywhere. There's no point. There's no point to not make a Call of Duty. Now, I don't know what you guys think. I would love to hear what you guys think. If you guys think it'll be never ending, if you like Call of Duty, you don't like it, or if you are indifferent to it. I'm mostly indifferent because, I used to play Call of Duty a lot. I play a lot of Modern Warfare 2. Back in the glory days. I was in high school. Yeah. Went all down there. Went downhill from there, guys. I peaked, which is not to say much because I was a loser, which here I am playing Overwatch. Talking about Call of Duty. Well, there you go. Train of thought, just gone again. I'm a little indifferent. I'm a little indifferent towards Call of Duty. I understand that there's a little bit of oversaturation maybe in the market for it. But also at the same time, people want it. People want it. Games work. They work pretty well. They got the formula down to where they know they don't have to change much. And the little things that do change can be little incremental things that people will be like, okay, kind of cool. Battle Royale, kind of cool. Self-healing, kind of cool. Advanced Warfare, jetpacks, pretty cool. Black Ops 3, jetpacks, pretty cool. Infinite Warfare, more jetpacks. Yay, wall running. It's little stuff like that that can keep interest in the series. Like, oh, what is the next Call of Duty going to do? How are they going to innovate? And I guess that's the interesting thing for people like me to see, like, what more can you do? Because there's been so much done already. Oh, it's burped again. Ugh. There's been so much done already that it's interesting to see where the series is going to go and what it can keep doing and and how much money it's going to keep making. How many people are actually buying it? And the thing is, a lot. Hella people are buying it. Whether that's because they're casual players or they want to be more hardcore. They want to get in esports. The esports people play it. They buy it. I think they play on PS4 maybe. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm indifferent. I respect the series. I understand that Activision needs money. They're a company. Treyarch needs money. And also, funny thing is, Treyarch, like I said, I like Treyarch's things a lot more. I feel like for some reason, and I'd be interested to see what Treyarch could do on their own. just like Obsidian announced their Outer Worlds game, they made New Vegas. You know, it's interesting to see what that company can do without having to rely on that big name, right? Outer Worlds is not Fallout. Fallout New Vegas, a Fallout was an established franchise. So Obsidian could just be like, hey, it's a Fallout game. And then, surprise, surprise, they made one of the best Fallout games ever made. People might say the best Fallout ever made. Just like, Bungie. Bungie, the whole shit that happened with Microsoft, no more Halo, made Destiny. Destiny's a whole other thing we could talk about, but Destiny's mechanics, the shooting mechanics, the map design, multiplayer map design, still great. RPG mechanics, not so great. But I like Destiny. I liked Bungie since I was a kid, mostly because of their musical score. I liked that a lot. It was interesting to see what they would take, where they would go from Halo, right? Halo onto what? How do you make something after Halo, one of the biggest franchises in the world? So as Treyarch or Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer, what could they do on their own? I'd be really interested to see, because I think they could do a lot. I think they could do. I feel like Treyarch might be good at like a weird sci-fi, steampunk, darker story tone kind of game that is not just, oh, Call of Duty, you had a running gun. Like, maybe they can make a new mechanic that's not running and gunning, or a little slower paced or something. Same thing along. Maybe they take the branching storylines idea like they did in Black Ops 2. I don't know. It'd be nice to see what they could do, because I think I want to say they're a pretty good studio. None of them are a bad studio. Infinity Ward got a lot of bad rep for a lot of shit back in the day, and then made dude left, Zampella left, made Respawn Entertainment, made Titanfall. Pretty great game. I love Titanfall 2, actually. Too bad no one really plays it. If you play it, let me know, because hit me up, PS4, man. I still get some rounds in there. And just like Respawn Entertainment, Titanfall 2, arguably, I might say better than Call of Duty. Sue me, change my mind. Just kidding. I like Titanfall 2. I really like it a lot. Don't hate Call of Duty. I think it's a fine franchise. I'm interested to see what a studio could do without the Call of Duty name, though, and not be restricted by, maybe it's Activision. I don't know who it is. I feel like say there's a contract, how long they might have to make the games. Maybe they don't want to make another game. I don't know, but I still think it'd be interesting to see. Because like I said, I don't hate the games. I don't hate the studios. None of that. But yeah. Should we recap? Do we even need a recap? Anyone even paying attention anymore? Are you still here? If you're still here, tell me what your favorite ice cream flavor is in the comments. All 20 people who watch this, please tell me. I would like to know. Oh, also tell me what you think about Call of Duty in general. If you think it's going to never end. If you like it, don't like it, indifferent. If you think they can keep innovating. Yeah, be interesting to see. And hopefully next time I'll be able to talk about Mass Effect, because that's my shit too. I'm bringing the trilogy maybe the 5th or 6th time right now. I have a problem. I have no life. But I got with Tally, so it's all okay. Thanks for watching.